about him that I think would probably change your opinion on it. Like, for example, he thinks weed should stay illegal because it smells bad.
Is that really his opinion, that it smells bad?
He said it
Does
smells,
he not know about edibles?
Quote, putrid, and he wants it to stay banned because of that.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Is that really his rationalization?
Jamie, if you want, you could pull that up.
Yeah, that's what it says here. But it's legal in Florida, or medically.
It says marijuana should remain criminalized because of its putrid odor. Polling compiled by the University of North Florida showed that most Floridians want the adult use of marijuana to be legal in the Sunshine State. That's certainly not the case. In fact, under state law, the possession of up to 20 grams of cannabis is punished by a $1,000 fine and up to a year in prison. Possession of greater amounts is a felony. So what has he said? What I don't like about it is if you go to some of these places that have done it, the stench when you're out there, I mean, it smells so putrid. I want people to be able to breathe freely. Well, that's silly.
Yeah.
But that's also like I want to know the context. I mean, that's a quote. The smell of marijuana. DeSantis demurs on marijuana legalization, but can't stand the dank stank. Well, okay, you don't have to like the smell. You know, I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that's why he wants it illegal. He just doesn't like the smell. A lot of people don't like the smell.
But it's not legal there recreationally, right?
No, not yet.
No?
No. It's not legal here either.
Would he sign the bill is the question, you know? And it seems to me like he would... Because he's a social conservative by and large, you know? Like, that's his perspective. Another one is they had a vote in Florida, a direct vote on raising the minimum wage during the 2020 election. And so Trump won the state, but 60% of Florida voters voted for a minimum wage increase. They wanted to make it 15. Mm-hmm. And leading into that, DeSantis said, don't do that. I'm against doing that.
Did he have a rationalization?
I mean, I didn't see if he did, but just the fact he's against it was a strike against him in my mind. But the voters voted for it, and that is the law. So, because they had the direct vote, and I don't know if he has any legal recourse, so it's becoming law, but he told them don't vote for it. So that was a big issue. Because I know you're a fan of legal weed, you're a fan of raising the minimum wage.
Yeah.
He's also a big Wall Street guy. I mean, a lot of these Republicans... You don't have to look too far under the surface to find out they're all playing the same game. He took $20 million from Wall Street. He did $5.7 billion in tax cuts and giveaways to corporations. Apparently, 99% of companies in Florida pay no corporate income tax. So it's one of the states that corporations go to sort of, you know, it's a field day over there. And remember, he was feuding with Disney. Remember when he was feuding with Disney? And he was like, you know, you guys are fucking woke and this has got to stop. But he let them keep a $578 million tax break at the same time. And at that same time, he also did a $1 billion tax hike on regular Floridians with a new sales tax.
Well, the amount of business that Disney must be bringing into Florida is insane.
Right.
I mean, they own Orlando.
Which is all the reason they don't need more of a subsidy, right? Like, let them fuck it. They'll be able to swim. They're not going to sink. Like, let them be.
What do you think that is? Do you think there's just some financial chicanery, some behind the scenes?
I think if you're the governor of Florida and you know how big Disney is, you might talk a game every now and then of like, yeah, we don't like these guys or whatever. They're too woke. But when push comes to shove,
I don't remember what that was
check.
in regard to, the woke thing. I don't recall. It was a very specific instance.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't remember it either. But he had a big fight with them, but ultimately he gave them their tax break. And then the other thing is, so there's a big sugarcane industry in Florida, and they lead to a lot of pollution because they do these things called burn fields as part of like the process involved with the sugarcane. And he came in and shielded them from any legal accountability. So people can't sue them over that. Yeah, so, and the Florida Republican Party took a $350,000 contribution from the sugarcane industry, and then in turn he protected them from legal liability.
And when you're saying pollution, there's particulates in the atmosphere because of the burning? Yeah,
they say that because of those sugarcane burn fields, there's increased risk of cancer and red tide. Have you ever heard of red tide in Florida?
That's the ocean red tide?
Yeah, there's some weird ocean red tide thing. Apparently the burning of the sugarcane helps lead to that as well, along with, like you said, the particulate matter, which could lead to cancer.
the burning of it, that's like a common agricultural approach, right? Where they they do that to sort of revigorize the, that's not a word, but
Reinvigorate
the soil, right? The top